Hey, good morning. So we are live streaming at this point. So let's go ahead and I will call the first case of the morning. This is the Department of Family and Protective Services versus Ortega. Calls today on the court's docket for a court-ordered services compliance hearing. This case is being done today in a virtual courtroom. While I'm here at the courthouse here in Seguin, as well as we are broadcasting today on a live stream in compliance with the Open Courts Act. We have announcements of the attorney, starting with the department, please. Ms. Helron, you're muted.
My apologies, Your Honor. Cecilia Howing on behalf of the department, we're ready.
Okay, Ms. Janice.
Jennifer Janice, for Mother Serena Ortega, she's present, we're ready.
Okay, Ms. Schulte.
Daniel Schultze, ad litem for the children, present, ready.
Okay, court also notes we have a representative here with us from the Department of Family and Protective Services, as well as the mother, Ms. Ortega, with us. Ms. Helron, who would you like to call as a witness?
Patriel Donahue. And you are the family-based worker for this case, is that correct?
Correct.
And on October 8th, the court ordered Ms. Ortega to participate in court-ordered services. Can you please explain to the court what the services were that were ordered?
Yes, so the services that were ordered was the Parents as Teachers program with Bailey Moore. She was also ordered to complete an OSAR assessment, as well as any recommendations from that assessment, individual counseling, and any services for the children. She completed.
I was just going to ask
that
question. What has she completed at this time?
Yes, so she completed an OSAR assessment with San Antonio Lifetime Recovery on October 25th, and she was recommended to complete group counseling with Sherry Cookin and individual counseling with Michael Guerra.
And let me just ask.
Yes.
On the substance abuse, how is she doing with that service?
She has completed the OSAR assessment. She also completed the group counseling sessions. She is almost complete with the individual counseling sessions. She was also ordered to participate in random drug testing, and she completed her last urine analysis on December 4th, and it was negative for all substances.
And how many drug tests did she take in this case?
She completed 3 for me, one on October 22nd, one on November 14th, and then December 4th.
And all were negative, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, as for the Parents as Teachers, how is she doing with that service?
She has completed the Parents as Teachers program. I received her certificate today through Bailey.
And with counseling, how is she doing with that service?
She is engaged weekly with her counselor. I received a report for this month, and she participates actively, and there's no concerns at this time.
Now, as far as the services for the children, what, if anything, was needed and what was performed?
So what was needed was an ECI evaluation for the youngest, which is Adeline, which was completed December 11th with Nancy Black, and Nancy had no recommendations.
Okay, so she does not need ECI?
She does not need ECI.
Okay. Would you say that mom is fully compliant with her service plan at this time?
She is.
What are you recommending?
I'm recommending dismissal.
Do you believe that any services that she still needs to complete can be done successfully through family-based without court involvement?
I do.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Ms. Janice.
No questions, Judge.
Ms. Schulte.
No questions, a short report.
Go ahead.
I support the department's recommendation. Mom has done a great job taking care of all her services promptly. I did have a visit earlier this week at the home. Children are doing well. Everything's going great. It was the oldest birthday party. They were ready to go out to celebrate her birthday. Children are looking forward to Christmas. I think this family's going to be fine without the department's involvement going forward.
Thank you. Ms. Janice, anything on behalf of your client, Ms. Ortega?
No, Judge, I'm just really proud of her. She's been very conscientious in getting it taken care of. And so I think she's very relieved to be done with this today.
Mr. Ortega, based upon the department's request to dismiss and everybody's agreement, the court will dismiss this case today. And please remember in the future that all decisions you make for yourself, you also make for your children. So please make sure that your decisions are also in your children's best interest. I too am proud of you for working hard at this case and making changes quickly so that this case can be dismissed. So Ms. Hillrung, if you will circulate a dismissal order, we'll make it final. But Ms. Ortega, today your case has been dismissed. You'll just have a piece of paper to show for it here in a couple of days. Thank you, everybody. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're set today on the court's docket for a court-ordered services compliance hearing. This case being done today as a virtual hearing while I'm here at the courthouse here in Seguin. We can have announcements of the attorney, starting with the department, please.
Yes, Cecilia Howard on behalf of the department, we're ready.
Ms. Schulte.
Daniel Schulte, attorney for respondent mother, Ms. DeLong. I do not see her present.
Mr. Davis.
Shay Davis for the child, ready, Judge.
Okay, the court does note that we have representatives here from Belong, as well as I believe current caregivers. Ms. Hellron, who would you like to call as a witness?
I would like to call Alejandra Gonzalez.
All right.
Ms. Gonzalez, you are the family-based worker for this case, is that correct?
Yes,
Let me start over. Can you please state your name for the record?
Alejandra Gonzalez.
Okay. And you are the family-based worker, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Can you please tell the court what services were ordered at the last hearing, which was October 8th?
The services that were ordered were parenting classes for her to complete a psychiatric evaluation, to complete an OSAR assessment, to follow with the safety plan, and allow access to Adrian.
And let's just go through the various services. Can you please explain how did she do in parenting? Is she engaged at all?
No, she didn't engage in parenting classes.
Did she complete a psychiatric?
No,
Did she complete a OSAR assessment?
no,
Has she engaged at all in any drug tests?
she completed 2 urine analysis.
And were any of them concerning?
Yes, we have one positive result and we're pending a result.
At this time, are you, do you believe that she is in any compliance at this time?
No compliance at all.
Okay, so you're asking the court to find that she is not in compliance.
Yes.
Okay. What is your recommendation as far as the continuation of this case?
To dismiss, just because Miss Page is not in compliance, it is very hard to get her engaged. I think it's mostly because of her mental health. That's just my main concern. She is not able to complete the services because of her mental health.
Do you believe that the child is in immediate danger at this time?
No, Adrian is very well taken care of by both his grandparents at all times. The concern is only for Paige whenever she is around Adrian.
Have you discussed with Mr. and Mrs. DeLong the option of potentially filing a private custody suit?
Yes, I have.
Are they open to that suggestion at this time?
They thought about it. It's just the financial, when it comes to it financially. But I did provide them information with the family helpline as well.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Mr. Schulte.
But just for clarification, you're asking the case to be dismissed today, and the department's not intending to like refile for removal or something?
We are filing, we are looking to dismiss. As to a removal, I would have to stop with my supervisor about that and our attorney.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Davis.
Ms. Gonzalez, so you said you have no safety concerns at all for this child at this time?
Not at the moment because he is taken care of by his grandparents. It's only when he is around with Paige, which is very minimal. But other than that, it's just her being around Adrian. But the grandparents are always there at the house as well.
And so is the idea that the grandparents can be around this child and Paige 24/7?
Ideally, not really. That's why we have a safety plan, but Adrian goes to daycare and then grandma picks him up and they're with him, they're at the house.
But when you remove this, when you dismiss this case, there is no safety plan at that time, right? And without a safety plan, you would agree that this child, there are
Yes,
safety
indeed.
concerns, right?
Correct, yes.
And mom could abscond with this child at any time, correct?
Correct, yes.
Let's talk about mom's condition right now. What's the condition of mom? I don't see her today. Could you describe her condition?
I was trying to get a hold of her. She has the link, but she says she was having issues. She got into it, but then she got out of the Zoom link. Her condition is just her mental health. It's not allowing her to be able to do stuff by herself. She's not being able to take care of herself. I see her most of the time when I talk to her, it's through a door. She won't open the door to her room. It's just that communication from there. But it's very much back and forth. I never get anywhere with her.
Would you agree that she's regressing? She's not progressing. She's getting worse.
Yes, it's gotten a lot worse since the case started.
Okay. And again, I want to clarify. The department recognizes that these grandparents have no authority over this child without a safety plan.
Correct, yes.
And the department recognizes without this safety plan, this child would be in immediate danger of this. Okay.
Mhm.
And the department has not staffed this yet, considering mom's lack of progress, considering her regression. The department has not staffed this for removal yet.
Not through FBSS, it was through investigations.
And has there been talks about staffing this for removal?
With my supervisor, yes.
That's all I have. I pass, Judge.
Ms. Helra.
Your Honor, I have no further questions. I would like to call Pamela DeLong as a witness.
Sure. Mr. Long.
And you are the maternal grandmother to the child, is that correct?
To Paige, yes. To the child?
To the child, you're the grandmother, your Paige's
Oh, grandmother,
mother.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you understand that without you and your husband that the child would be in immediate danger?
Yes.
Have you considered potentially filing something in court to request custody?
Well, if we can't get it done this way, through what, CPS or whatever, we would have to do that. We want him to be safe. We don't want him to go to foster care or anything like that. We have to do what we have to do.
Okay. And you understand that if the department does make the decision to remove the child, he could be placed in foster care.
I thought that Paige would have to be put out of the house and not him put in foster care. Because he needs to be protected. She has been given many chances and it would be put out. He would be kept here.
Okay. And do you, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because
You understand that the fact is even if he were to stay in your home, ma'am, he still would be under the custody of the department and not you and your husband.
okay.
So is that something you could discuss with your husband and maybe consider taking actions to protect your grandson?
Oh, well, yes, we want to do that. We don't want him to go into foster care.
Okay. And will you follow up with Ms. Gonzalez regarding that decision once you have
Absolutely.
the opportunity to discuss?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Mr. Schulte.
No questions, Judge.
Mr. Davis.
No questions, Judge.
Any other witnesses? Ms. Helra.
No, Your Honor. Just argument.
Mr. Schulte, any witnesses you wish to call?
No witnesses.
Mr. Davis, do you have a report and recommendation for the court today?
Yes, Judge. I mean, the child is doing fine solely based on the fact that the grandparents are there. Mom has threatened to leave with the child, could leave with the child at any time, and there's nothing that the grandparents can do. The department stated that at this point, this child's not in immediate danger because there's a safety plan in place. So essentially, when they remove the safety plan and dismiss this case, the department is allowing the child to then be in some sort of danger because at that point, there's no safety plan. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think the appropriate thing to do, considering mom's lack of progress, considering all the circumstances related to this case, considering the previous CPS history and the previous CPS case, would staff this for illegal removal and bring it in front of the court to determine whether, in fact, there are grounds to remove this child. Again, I have concerns for the child just based on the fact that the grandparents have no authority in this case and the threats that have been made by mom, the fact that mom is regressing, the fact that her drug issue continues to prevail. She continues to utilize drugs, not just marijuana, heavy drugs. The fact that she doesn't want her child in daycare and threatens to take the child out of daycare all the time. I get the department's position, and I've even talked to Mr. DeLong and Mrs. DeLong about the idea that they are probably going to have to try to follow suit themselves. Obviously, they're not in a financial position to do so, but again, just based on the department's position, that they understand the danger that this child is in if they get out. So in essence, they get out, they recognize that they're putting this child in a dangerous situation or leaving this child in a dangerous situation. Just my thoughts, Judge.
Ms. Halron?
Your Honor, this is one of those gap cases. We attempted to do a court-ordered services case, and I understand the financial issues. However, this child is not in immediate danger right now. And I differ with Mr. Davis that it is the department's responsibility to seek removal in order to give custody to the maternal grandparents. Obviously, if this safety plan were removed and the mother were to take this child or do anything to exert her, custody, of course that child would be in immediate danger. But unfortunately, that child would have to be removed from the grandparents because the child is safe with the grandparents. I hate
Ms.
asking.
Halron, I'm not following. Hold on a minute. I'm not following
Okay.
that. So if this case is dismissed, the safety plan is no longer in effect, and Ms. DeLong, we'll say, goes and picks up Adrian from the grandparents who have no right to custody. I'm not tracking when you say that the child, Adrian, would have to be removed from the grandparents. Like, you're saying the mother would have to remove him?
Well, Your Honor, what I mean removed, I mean, we would have to take custody of the child and they would not have custody. We would have custody. If the child was in danger, we would have to do a full home study. We would have to evaluate the home. And yes, mom would have to move out. But again, this creates a whole legal case. We believe it is more appropriate for a family, for a private family suit. It is something we have to consider before we remove. We have to explore all options before going to removal. And I understand this is a difficult case, but if the court is asking us to stop this for removal, then that's what we will do. But we do believe that the grandparents are protective and they do have legal options to file for custody.
Okay. I'm not telling you to do anything other than to protect children. That's it. But
Yes,
what I
sir.
will say is if this mother, Mr. Long, should go pick up Adrian in the event I dismiss his case, you cannot hold that against the grandparents because they had no right to custody.
Okay.
Adrian's not theirs. And so what I don't want to see the department do is say, well, you let her take her son, which is completely within Ms. DeLong's rights. And so you know, unfortunately, I've heard these cases before. I'll agree with you. These are potential, cases that fall in a gap, but they are also cases in which the department is not to punish a family member for not exerting rights over a child that they have no rights to.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, Adrian is only living with them because Mr. Long has allowed him to be there. Other than that,
Understood.
they have no rights to Adrian. So, I mean, asking them questions about him potentially going to foster care, that's just mean. I mean, because there's nothing to say that this is not the appropriate place for him. They just have no rights to him. But if she
Understood.
goes and picks him up this afternoon, that's wholly within her rights. Ms. DeLong can do whatever she wants with her son if I dismiss this case. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get on my meeting, but you're already on it.
What's it?
I'm upstairs clicking the link, trying to get on my meeting, but you're already on it.
I assume this is Ms. DeLong.
Yes, sir.
And Ms. DeLong,
Yes, Judge.
good morning. Okay, why don't we see if we can get Ms. DeLong to call into the meeting?
She can call me back at the number she was calling me on.
Get the flashlight off the camera.
It's my camera phone. I want it to be known that I am here.
Sorry, Judge.
Can she sit in right with
No,
you
that's
guys?
not my computer. That's their computer.
Come sit down.
That's not my computer. I'm
We'll
not.
move out of the way.
No, this isn't my house. This is your house. I'm on my phone, a perfectly good phone here. Look, my perfect good phone. And
Well,
I'm calling and calling, and
so Ms. DeLong doesn't want to
no, I can't
participate.
because y'all are sitting
That-
here just doing whatever you're doing. Could you please call me?
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to, Paige? Who you want to call you?
Can you reroute it to me? Can you call?
Come sit down, babe.
Can you get off my meeting so I can join?
We don't have to get off so you can join.
Yes,
you can
you
join.
do.
You have a link.
Yeah, I do have a link, but
Come
you're
sit
on it.
down. Come sit down.
I can't. Can you?
Sit. We'll move out of the way.
Yeah.
There you go. You see, you're gonna be right here.
See, no, because I'm
Sit
not
down.
doing your meeting. I'm doing mine.
Let him talk to you.
I'm not
Ms.
using your
DeLong.
computer. I'm using my computer.
Ms. DeLong, this is Judge Stuckey. Why don't you have a seat for us, ma'am?
Because I have my own separate link that Alejandro Gonzalez provided me with. Would you like?
Okay, Ms. DeLong, this is Judge Stuckey. We're in your hearing. Why don't you have a seat
My
and
meeting
talk
ID
to
is
her?
859-1070-1512.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you see other people on the screen? Who all do you see? I'll see me, the judge, or do you see other people?
Myself, Shay Davis, Cecilia Hellrung, Daniel Scholes, Alejandro Gonzalez,
Okay.
Stacy Sladen. Court.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you saw several people, Ms. DeLong. So good morning. I'm glad you're able to come and join us. Is there anything you'd like me to know today, Ms. DeLong?
No. That I provided the paperwork to Miss Alejandra Gonzalez, but she didn't take it for some reason.
Have you been to Blue Bonnet Trails or anywhere like that recently?
No, I haven't. Well, Lowell Ridge, yes, I want to press charges, bring them up because they left a muddy wristband around my arm and they gave me a medication that I didn't need, like injectable medication that I didn't need.
Okay. Well, Mr. Long, how do you think you're doing over the last
I think I'm
week
doing
or
really
two?
good. I think I'm doing really good. I just can't find a job because my social security card is completely just lying on me and it's not letting me in. It has me with the representative pay, like my parents, my representative pay, and I'm not doing anything. They didn't even give me a test or anything to need that. It's saying I'm all kinds of disabled and I'm not.
Okay. Mr. Long, where do you think Adrian should be living?
With me.
Okay. Is that your plan for him to live with you or live with your parents?
Yes, right now I don't have enough money because I really need a job really bad, because I don't have a place for us to live. We're just, with grandparents.
Okay. Where would you like Adrian to live, with you or your parents?
I don't have money to provide a place. So with my parents, of course.
Okay.
But I still need money I still need a job so I don't keep appearing in rooms like this. I can't just sit down and do nothing. I have a driver's license.
Okay, Mr. Long. Thank you for giving me the update. Sounds like you need to keep working on a few things. Do you agree with that?
Trying to find a job, finding a job. But how can I find a job though if nothing's open to me because I'm indigent and I don't have a vehicle?
Well, you just have to keep applying. You may need to walk somewhere to work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Is there
Long.
any way
Miss-
about my son going to well, never mind. But thank you. I don't have the money for this.
Okay, so Ms. Hillrung, obviously, y'all been able to hear Mr. Long and how she believes her current situation is, and
Right.
the department can make whatever decision they would like.
Yes, sir.
But Mr. Davis, anything else before the court makes a decision today?
Well, Judge, I mean, the reality is what could happen is, and I think the point has been brought up. These grandparents shouldn't be punished, but really they should kick the mom out. Mom takes the child, she absconds with the child. They call CPS. CPS picks up the child, and hopefully the department would know that they weren't doing this to harm the child. But I mean, it's clearly evident that this mother is a threat to this child. So what do the grandparents have to do? Keep this child with them 24/7, sleep in the room with him, be around him 24/7. Anything can happen. She doesn't seem to be, in my eyes, in her right mind. So anytime that she's alone with this child, we have no idea what's going to happen. So how is he not in any immediate danger? I don't understand it, Judge. I don't think it's appropriate. I honestly don't think this case should be dismissed. I think that the department should really consider staffing this for removal.
Okay, Ms. Hillrung, anything else from the department?
Your Honor, we will staff it. That's all we can do. And, but at this time, if the court feels it's safer, to keep the case open, and set this for another hearing while we staff, we have no objection.
Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. DeLong, I guess the way to describe this to you in a way that maybe you'll understand it better is I think the department's belief is that they don't have enough to remove at this point based upon Adrian being with you. And so I think as this case moves forward, you're going to have to make a decision about who you want to live with you, whether you want Adrian to live with you or the mother, Miss Paige DeLong, to live with you. I don't think that both people are going to be able to live with you. And other than, kind of reading between the lines and basically saying everybody just wants you to almost debate a trap where, Paige would potentially leave with Adrian. And if she did that, maybe, he's in danger, maybe he's not in danger. But that's kind of a cruel way of looking at the case. But you're going to have to make a decision no matter whether it's in a CPS case or in a private case. You potentially are going to have to choose between who's going to reside with you, Paige or Adrian, because there's not a lot of scenarios where both of them are probably going to be living with you. And in a CPS case, I can tell you, even as a court, if this case rises to the level of a removal, if I was to place Adrian or allow him to stay with you, his mother is not going to be in that home. That'd be a choice that I would make you make. You'd be forced to make that in a removal type case. And these are hard decisions, hard things to think about, but without adding too much stress to you, that's just the way these cases go. And grandparents don't like to be put in a situation where they pick between a parent and a grandchild, but unfortunately that's just the way some of these cases go sometimes. So think about that. And you do have a right to file a private case, but as far as a case in which conservatorship could be determined by this court, it would take a different kind of case that we're not in right now. This case is solely about services. The department believes they've executed, efforts to engage her, and that Paige is just not engaged in services. I cannot change the conservatorship or placement inside this particular case. This would have to be a conservatorship case, which means the department would have to believe that Adrian was in danger, file a separate case. This court would have to make findings, and then we would deal with placement, whether that be with you or with somebody else. But again, as well as I believe Adrian's been doing with you, in that case, it is very unlikely that I would allow Adrian to stay with you as well as your daughter to resign your home. So you would be forced to make a decision at that point. So think about all these things. Talk to Ms. Gonzalez as well as her supervisor, Mr. Baca, and we'll see how this goes. So at this time, the court is going to keep this case open. I'm going to go ahead and set us for another compliance hearing on February 13th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Again, February 13th at 1:30. Maybe the family and the department can find a resolution to keep Adrian safe between now and then. Any
Yes, sir.
questions?
Well, Judge, can you even order a mediation in this case or staffing? I mean, maybe we could just do something. I don't know how Cecilia feels about if we can accomplish. Daniel would have to talk to his client. I don't know, but
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. Could I order a mediation or family team meeting? Yes, I can. Do I have authority to enter conservatorship orders or anything like that in this case? I don't. So
do we have an
that still
agreement,
has-
Judge?
Well, even with an agreement, this is not a
Okay.
conservatorship case.
Okay.
And so we have worked that occasionally in some other counties where they've taken, a temporary order in a case like this and then moved it, to district court. Somebody filed like a pro se action or something and moved it. But that's not the department's case unless they file for removal.
Okay.
But
Your Honor, I would not be opposed to staffing this and with Mr. Davis and Mr. Schultze providing guidance to the grandparents. And, again, we don't want to be in this situation. So if having a staffing to discuss and options and guiding the grandparents, if that's necessary, I would not be opposed.
And Judge, I guess you kind of answered my question. I mean, unless something could actually be accomplished, an agreement or something to that effect, even if we agree, there's nothing that can be done. So I'm not sure how productive that could be. I could assist the grandparents when I talk to them, and I do talk to them about what's necessary. I mean, they're very well aware of what would probably have to happen on their end. But even if we come to an agreement with Mr. Schultze's client, I'm not sure if the court can't do anything, then I'm not sure why we would even, have it. So.
okay, so at this time, the court will continue this case open at this point. The court does find that Ms. Paige DeLong, Adrian's mother, is not in compliance with her court-ordered plan of service or her court-ordered services. Family team meeting is ordered, and we will come back for a review on February 13th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Our current dismissal date for this court-ordered services case is April 16th, 2025.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. You may be excused.
I apologize, Your Honor. I wasn't trying to be mean.
Well, okay, we're going to do our 10 o'clock case.
Yes, sir.
Let me get that file. 2024, and we're set today on the court's docket for a permanency review before final order. We can have announcements of the attorney, starting with the department, please.
Cecilia Hong on behalf of the department. We're ready.
Okay, Ms. Smith,
Anne Marie Smith on behalf of the mother. She's present. We're ready.
Mr. Collins,
Morning, Your Honor. David Collins for the father. He's present. We're ready.
Ms. January,
Yes, sir. Stacy January on behalf of Cora, ready.
Okay, the court also knows that we have the mother, Ms. Lindsay Tarvin, with us, as well as representatives from CASA and Belong. Let's see, we also have Mr. Tarvin with us, Mr. Collins' client. Ms. Halloran, who would you like to call today as a witness?
Bianca Lopez.
Okay, Ms. Lopez, if you will read your right hand for me.
And there's one child in this case, Cora, who is 6 years old, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where is she currently placed?
She is currently placed in a GRO in San Antonio, Texas.
And how is she doing in her current placement?
She was just placed there on 12/4. She's doing well. I've been visiting her weekly, so yes.
Are all of her needs currently being met?
Sorry.
Ms. Lopez? Your Honor, may I
At this
ask?
time, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, if I may ask Ms. Lopez to please turn off her camera, it might help her bandwidth.
Let me go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I had asked you whether or not her needs were currently being met. You stated yes. Is that correct, Ms. Lopez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you looking to secure a relative or kinship placement at this time?
At this time, we are working with mom, family reunification.
Okay. Is placement at this time in her best interest?
This time until we are able to staff for family reunification, yes.
Okay. And are you asking that the placement continue?
Yes.
Is Cora up to date on her medical and dental?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she getting play therapy at her current placement?
I know that we're trying to get her assessed for that. I
And
haven't
what's
gotten a report back about that.
Okay. So at this point, it's pending, but you don't have any status. Is that correct?
Correct.
And she's not on any medications at this time, correct? Ms. Lopez?
She's not on any medication.
What grade is Cora in?
She's in first grade.
And does she have an IEP?
She has an ARD.
And is she in special ed or is she in regular classes?
She's in special ed.
What type of supports is she getting for her autism?
The placement is a GRO. It's a Davison respite. They are specialized to be able to help kids like Cora that have autism.
And how is she doing in school?
She's doing well.
And are all her educational needs currently being met?
Yes.
Now, you previously stated that the permanency goal at this time is family reunification, and you are working toward reunification with Ms. Tarvin, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how would you characterize Ms. Tarvin's compliance with her service plan?
At this time, she's in compliance. She started doing the last service that we were requesting from her, which is the BID program for domestic violence. She has continued to drug test negative. So she's doing well.
When did she start the BID?
She started earlier this month.
Now, was a family group conference held regarding unsupervised visits with Ms. Tarvin per the MSA?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was that?
It was last week.
What was decided?
At this time, she is getting 2 hours weekly supervised. For Christmas, she is getting 4 hours, a total of 6 hours because of the 2 hour driving to and from the placement. So she would have a 4 hour unsupervised visit with Cora.
And overall, have the parent-child visits been going well?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking for any changes to the visitation plan, or would you like to see how the holiday visit goes?
We would like to see how the unsupervised visit goes. And then we will staff again in regards to the unsupervised visits.
Are you asking that the court authorize visits to be increased or go unsupervised by agreement of the parties?
Correct.
What would you like to see Ms. Tarvin do going forward regarding this case?
To continue her services, one thing that I did have a concern about, I haven't been able to fully walk her home, so I wouldn't be able to say that I have assessed the full home. The times that I visited, she's gotten upset, so I had to leave the home. That was the only thing that I am concerned about, but I know that we have to schedule a time for me to come out, and we talked and she agreed that, she will let me walk the home to assess Cora's bedroom, her bed, the home completely.
Okay. Are there any other concerns?
No, not at this time.
How is Mr. Tarvin doing with his service plan compliance?
At this time, he's not in compliance.
At the hearing on November 7th, the court ordered that Mr. Tarvin complete an OSAR assessment and that he attend and successfully complete inpatient treatment. Has he complied with that order?
No.
Were you able to schedule an OSAR for him?
I provided the phone number. I sent in everything on November 17th. I provided the information to Mr. Tarvin. He contacted them yesterday and he's scheduled for the 31st.
Okay, so that's just next week. Okay. Is Mr. Tarvin having parent-child visits?
Yes, weekly for an hour.
How are they going?
They're going well.
Has he missed any visits?
No.
Are you recommending the visits continue?
At this time, yes.
Are you asking that they be increased at this time?
No, not at this time.
And why not?
He has not completed the OSAR, has not addressed his drug use. He's working out of town. He's not able to attend his visits weekly. We are having to do like 2 hours when he's missing the visits. I'm not sure that he would be able to make up more time if he was given more time with Cora.
And what would you like to see from Mr. Tarvin going forward to get him into compliance?
For him to complete the OSAR and go inpatient, that's one of the big concerns.
Is he open to that?
As of last Saturday, he said he wanted to complete it.
And do both parents understand that failure to participate in services could result in the termination of their parental rights?
Yes.
Okay. And at this time, do you believe there's a continuing danger if Cora were to be returned home today?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Do you believe that would be a continuing danger to Cora if she were to be returned home today?
Yes.
Okay, no.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Why?
We are working with mom. We're hoping for her to build a support system. We don't want to overwhelm mom. She's working her services with BIP, with the domestic violence. She is working full time. We want to make sure she's ready for Cora when she does come home. And we are working on that with mom. We don't want to place Cora back mom and it becomes overwhelming for both mom and Cora.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith?
Yes,
Ms. Smith,
Miss,
can you move your camera down a little bit? Is that possible? That light is just, there we go.
I know, okay. No problem, Judge.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And so, oops, wait. Okay. With respect to the unsupervised visits, how soon will you know, whether or not we can start unsupervised visits moving forward?
We can probably staff at the beginning of the year. Her first unsupervised visit is next week, the 25th. And we would probably staff after the New Year's.
Okay, and so, would you be agreeable then, you know, if staffing goes well, that the visits could begin without coming back to court, that there could be some kind of an agreement as to what those visits would look like?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And without going into any detail, but did you receive information from me about one of the contents of the MSA this morning on chat?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. And so would that also alleviate some of the concerns that the department had expressed previously?
Yes, it will.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins?
Thank you, Your Honor. And for father, for the services outstanding, all referrals are in place. They're fresh live referrals.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. No additional questions, Your Honor.
Ms. January?
Yes. So since Cora has been removed from her grandmother, this is her third placement now in the respite home, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has she had to change schools 3 times as well?
Twice, yes.
Okay. And what about setting up her services? Has that been inconsistent as well, or had to change?
Yes.
Okay. So it's really in my client Cora's best interest for hopefully mom to continue on this path so reunification can occur, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there a time frame that Cora can remain at the respite home?
I am not sure about that. I'm sorry.
Okay. And as far as the unsupervised visit for mom, dad is not to be present, correct?
Correct.
So it's just a visit for the mother, correct?
Yes.
And when you say she gets upset and you leave, can you just explain to the court what that means?
Last time I attempted to complete a walkthrough of the home, we started talking about dad. and the concerns that we had at the time with him being able to walk in the home and those type of things. She got upset, and I just didn't feel like it would be okay for me to complete a walkthrough of the home if mom was that upset.
Okay, and so will you complete that walkthrough before the unsupervised visit occurs?
Yes, I would.
Okay. All right. That's all I have, Judge. Thank you. Pass the witness.
Ms. Helrung,
No further questions.
Ms. Smith,
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins.
Your Honor, I have no additional questions.
Ms. Helrung, any other witnesses you wish to call?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Smith, any witnesses you wish to call today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins?
Your Honor, no witnesses, no evidence, rest.
And Ms. January, any witnesses?
No witnesses, no, sir.
Okay, so Ms. January, I'm going to come back to you for a report recommendation. I'd like to hear from CASA first. So good morning, Ms. Dunks. If you'll raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am. You sure the testimony you're going to provide in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. And what would CASA like me to know today when making decisions for Cora?
Well, sir, I did visit Miss Tarvin's home yesterday, and I didn't see the entire house, but I did get to see Cora's bedroom, and it looks like a nice little girl's bedroom with, you know, nicely painted and things on the wall and a bed and dresser, the things you'd expect to see. The home was clean. It was a short notice visit. I was dropping off some toys for Cora, and I also visited Cora at the home, and it's a very loud home. I'm a little concerned about Cora being there, but I know there are no other options right now, and I am curious about the time limit for her stay there. But otherwise, I think it's in her best interest to have unsupervised visits with her mom as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you. Ms. January, your report recommendation, please.
Yes, Judge, I'm echoing, you know, what CASA is saying. I'm concerned that this is her third placement. First she went to an emergency shelter, then we did find, or the department did find the foster home and meeting with them. You know, Cora does have the autism and some very specialized behaviors and needs, and they just didn't feel that they were the right place fit for her at the time. And so they did turn in the notice. And then, you know, now she is at a respite home, which is meeting her needs, basic needs. But, you know, I'm just hoping mom hears all of this. I know she's working hard, but I really want to get her home sooner than later. I do believe, it sounds like from all the meetings that we've had, that mom has separated herself from dad since he's not compliant at this time. But I do believe if we're working with mom to get Cora home, I think we need to work with mom to get Cora home, because that's definitely in her best interest if it's safe. Thank you, Judge.
Hey, Mr. Collins, anything on behalf of your client today, Mr. Tarvin?
You know, I've had conversations with my client recently as this morning. I know he wants to work and keep working to alleviate these concerns that the court has, and he'll keep making those movements moving forward, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith?
And so, Your Honor, without going into a lot of detail, only because I just think for the purpose of this hearing, it would be better not to. But I can say that I believe that we did have an MSA, and I believe that from my client's point of view, as of this morning, the majority, well, pretty much what we agreed to during that MSA has been fulfilled. I think that should bring some relief to the department, and I have provided Ms. Hellerung with proof of that as well. I don't know if she's been able to check her email, The other thing, Judge, is, as the court is aware, an autistic child, part of their autistic children who present autism is the consistency and the continuity. And when you have a child who's been moved 3 times, and now we're talking about the noise, these are all things that can greatly adversely affect a child. My client is really working hard. I will speak with her about making sure that the department, CASA, the ad litem, that they all have full access to the home and any parts of the home that they need to see, so that they can feel fully satisfied that there's nothing untoward in the home. Judge, after that first unsupervised, I'm asking that, barring no unforeseen issues, that the court authorizes that that mom begins to have unsupervised visitation shortly after the first one. And so we move, to weekend visits, and hopefully the child can be placed back with mom by the end of January. I think it's really, really important for the child's well-being. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
Ms. Hellrun?
Your Honor, we would ask that the court find that mother is in compliance, that dad is not. We would ask the court to reorder that Mr. Tarvin complete to attend and successfully complete inpatient. And we are asking for authorization for the parties to agree to a reunification plan if everything goes well at this next visit.
Okay, based upon the testimony today, the court does find that Ms. Tarvin is in compliance with her court order plan of service, that Mr. Tarvin is not in compliance with his plan of service. Now, the court does continue the placement of Cora, although I do agree with the concerns of her continuously moving around as a 6-year-old with being on the autism spectrum. Now, with that being said, the child advocates may agree to increase visitation between Ms. Tarvin and Cora, up to and including unsupervised visitation and overnight and weekend visitation. So, Ms. Tarvin, people are going to be coming to your house, so they're not there to spy on you. They're just there to make sure. Okay. They're just there to make sure that you have a safe and appropriate environment to return Cora to. If it makes you feel any better, I believe in you. I'm proud of you for making changes in your life and working hard on your services. I want you to have Cora with you. We just have to make sure some basic things are in place and that everybody's comfortable with that. And so when I say the child advocates, that is CASA and the ad litem and the department. So when they all agree that you can have more visits, you can have more visits. So in order to make them feel better, you're going to have to let them come visit you and visit your house.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
So, Mr. Tarvin, I do have to warn and admonish you again, like I do at every hearing in this case, that your parental rights are still subject to further restriction or even termination, unless you're willing and able to provide Cora with a safe and appropriate environment. Again, I do recognize, Ms. Tarvin, you're working very hard. Mr. Tarvin, there are orders in place from the court ordering you to go to inpatient drug rehab. Obviously, that is your choice whether to go or not. But if you want to be a part of Cora's life in the future, you need to make changes in your life. We are next set, in this case, for a trial. And that is on April 10th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Again, April 10th, 2025 at 9 a.m. It sounds like we are probably well on our way to having a return and bonder at some point in the near future. So please keep working toward that. Any other issues we need to take up today?
No.
No, Judge. And Your Honor, I might just be a tad late on the Gebhardt case. I have to run into a hearing right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. We'll tell those Bexar County judges that they need to do a good job of sharing you.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
I'll be
Thank
back.
you, everybody.
Thanks.
You may be excused.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye, everyone.
2024, and we're set today on the court's docket for a petition for order in aid of investigation. Ms. Elron, if you want to introduce yourself, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Cecilia Hung, on behalf of the department, we are not ready. Unfortunately, we were unable to get Ms. Stiles and Ms. Stiles served. I believe there was a disconnect. We would like an opportunity for a reset so that we can get Ms. Margaret Stiles personally served. We have an address for her. And we are attempting to still locate Ms. Taylor Stiles, and we may need assistance through Margaret Stiles, who's the maternal grandmother and custodian of the oldest child.
Okay, so I will reset this case. You want to move it to our January 2nd docket. So we have a new docket on January 2nd. We'll move it to there. Hopefully that'll give you all enough time to get service.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let me look at that docket. I forget what we've already said. Do you think it would help if we set this in the afternoon for people to appear or the morning?
Your Honor, I would have to defer to the department investigator. Mr. Bruzier, would you request a morning or afternoon setting?
I think morning would be best.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to reset this case to January 2nd, 2025 at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your
Again,
Honor.
January 2nd at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
So we'll see you back on January 2nd at 9:30. Thank you, Mr. Bruzier, Mr. Dominguez.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Was Mr. Cepeda going to come back?
Have a good day, sir.
He should be on his way back. Sorry that took a bit, Your Honor. There were a couple of typos in that children was throughout the order and the termination language was only as to Abigail.
Okay, well, we're going to hopefully get Mr. Cepeda back, then I'll call the case and y'all can get whatever you need on the record.
Thank you, Judge.
This case is pending here in Guadalupe County, Texas. This case being done today is a virtual hearing, and we are set today on the court's docket for a motion to enter orders filed by the Department of Family and Protective Services. Can we have announcements of the attorney, starting with the department, please?
Cecilia Hung, on behalf of the department, we're ready.
Okay, Ms. Smith?
Anne-Marie, you're muted.
Anne-Marie Smith on behalf of the children, ready, Your Honor?
And Mr. Cepeda?
Marco Cepeda, in for Joseph Holster, and we represent Amy Gebert, and we're ready.
Okay, so Ms. Elrong, this is your motion to enter orders. If you'll let me know what the status is of having a proposed final order for entry.
Yes, Your Honor. We were conferring in the other room. Mr. Holscher noticed that the order had children plural throughout and wanted to change all of the language and reasonable efforts and things like that to only say child as to Abigail. We have made those corrections. Ms. Smith has returned a signed order to me. I believe we are just waiting on Mr. Cepeda. I will take Mr. Cepeda's signature. I will and consolidate all of them into one order, and then we will submit it back to the court for signature.
And then what is the status of trying to get any comments, if any, from Sherry Dye on behalf of her client, Mr. Gebert?
Your Honor, we have been unsuccessful in communicating with Ms. Dye for some time. And at this time, we do not believe she is going to respond.
Okay, so Ms. Smith, with the changes noted by Ms. Helmrung, are you in agreement with entry
Yes.
of the order?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Cepeda?
Yes, Your Honor, and I just sent it back over.
Okay, so Ms. Helmrung, if you will, once you obtain all the signatures, which you may have at this point, if you will transmit those to Maria, my coordinator, I will get that order hopefully entered today. The court does order entry the order as amended today between the three of y'all. Obviously, Ms. Dye, in looking, looks like she was served with the motion to enter, and so she had an opportunity to be here today. or to comment about the final order, so the court will enter the order as changed today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I should get that to you probably within the next 5-10 minutes.
Okay, well, I'll stay on the bench here for a few minutes, and we'll try to get that entered.
Thank you. Your
And
Honor.
before you guys go, well, I noticed that this, that the Gebert was also on tomorrow's docket. Is that a review hearing tomorrow? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. It's
So
the
is-
permanency review after final order is my understanding.
Okay, I'm just wondering why did we do two different dates?
Okay, let me look. I don't think we have tomorrow, so look.
Let me
I have
look.
January 22nd, I think.
And I might be incorrect.
I had it on my docket for tomorrow, to be honest with you.
It's on our calendar too.
Yeah, and so I almost missed today's hearing, literally. I was at court when I realized, like, oh, wait, it's on the docket today.
I don't know. Let me look at my notes.
But I see that the permanency hearing after final order, I have 1/22/25, but for
Okay.
some reason, I had something on my docket for tomorrow. And I'm not really sure. I just want to clarify that.
Okay.
If that, I'm sorry, go ahead. Judge.
Let's get this worked out. So when we were here in November, we had set our next hearing for January 22nd, 2025, and that is a permanency review after final order.
Right,
I don't show any hearing for tomorrow, and then we
nothing
had
for
today's
tomorrow,
hearing
okay,
scheduled.
okay.
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 Sorry
I
about
just-
that, Your Honor.
No,
You can
it's
remove
not your
anything.
fault. I just don't know why I had that on my docket for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Oh, you know what? Because we brought in the final order at the last hearing, this was originally a permanency hearing before final order that was taken off. Never mind.
Okay, so
Okay.
just to be clear, our next hearing is January 22nd, 2025 at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And that will be, let's see. That would be okay. So that is just about Abigail. And since there's termination of parental rights, Mr. Spada, you and Mr. Holscher are not expected to participate in that January 22nd hearing.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Because your client has tie, and then her rights to Abigail were terminated back in November.
Yes.
Okay. So, Ms. Smith, that'll be you and the department on January 22nd at 3 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize for the confusion. I had it on as after, so thank you for clarifying.
Okay, thank you, everybody. You may be excused.
Thanks,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Thanks,
Yes, Your Honor.
guys.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, Cecilia.
Thank
Happy
you.
Birthday girl. At least we
Thank
finished
you.
court for the afternoon.
Well, I appreciate it, Judge. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, let me go ahead and turn off our live stream.